California Republicans have been caught installing fake ballot drop-off boxes, according to numerous reports. So now the New York Times talked about this, and they reported that the California Republican Party has admitted of placing more than 50 deceptively labeled official drop boxes for mail-in ballots in LA, Fresno, and Orange counties, an action that state officials say is illegal and could constitute voter fraud. Look at that. Republicans, so desperate to prove that voter fraud exists that they are willing to go out and do it themselves. Voter fraud. Voter fraud exists. Where's your proof? We're going to do it. Watch us. Hold our beer. Wait, that doesn't count because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay. So more information according to the New York Times. The dark gray metal boxes have been popping up over the past 2 weeks near churches, gun shops, and Republican Party offices, likely, of course, to juice their turnout. Which, again, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with Republicans trying to make voting easier in order to juice their own turnout. That's fine. That's fine. The way they went about this, though, is running afoul of election law. And now there's a discussion, there's a debate in California saying, where Republicans are saying, hey, look, you're allowing us to do voter harvesting, and you're not fighting against voter harvesting, so we're just going to do it in the most transparently evil way that we can. Wow. What's exactly the point here? So now, these have been popping up, as I said, in conservative areas, affixed with a white paper label, identifying them either as an official ballot drop-off box or a ballot drop-off box. So if they're saying that it's official, well, that's a lie. It's not an official box. Why would you label it official if it's not? Why wouldn't you say, hey, by depositing your ballot into this box, you give the Republican Party of California permission under the ballot harvesting law to turn in your ballot? That would be honest, and that wouldn't run afoul of, from what I understand, California's laws on ballot harvesting. Instead, they're disguising this as official ballot boxes. So you're going to confuse people. And so the Times continues by saying that to the average voter, these are virtually indistinguishable from drop-off sites sanctioned by the state, which are governed by strict regulations intended to prevent partisan manipulation of ballots. Weird. I keep hearing from conservatives that it's the Democrats that are encouraging voter fraud. And they're allowing it to run rampant, but yet in a Democratic state like California, where, yes, they're allowing ballot harvesting, I should say, which is a completely legal and good practice, I believe. But, they're passing these rules and these regulations to ensure that people are not getting, paid privately to harvest these ballots and then to, dispose of them or drop them off. No, there's particular rules, there's regulations to make sure that all of these votes, Republicans and Democrats, are, counted, to make sure that they're all counted. It's almost as if, we care about democracy, whereas a lot of conservatives don't seem to. It's really strange. So naturally, of course, when they found out that Republicans were putting up these fake ballot boxes, well, they got in a little bit of trouble. People got concerned because what about voter fraud, right? Well, on Monday, California's Secretary of State Alex Padilla and Attorney General Xavier Becerra sent a cease and desist letter to the state and county level Republican parties, ordering them to remove these boxes. They also urged voters who might have unknowingly dropped off their ballots to sign up for the state's voter tracking website to ensure their vote doesn't get thrown away. And again, that is the main concern here, is that Republicans will engage in voter fraud, in purging votes, in getting rid of these votes. Will that happen necessarily? I don't know. But making sure that these votes get to official ballot boxes ensures that won't happen. Mr. Padilla said in a conference call with reporters that misleading voters is wrong, regardless of who's doing it, saying that the boxes are not permitted by state law. Becerra called the boxes fake, adding that it was illegal to tamper with a citizen's vote. He warned that anyone engaging in this activity could be subject to criminal prosecution or civil action, which could lead, of course, to prison time. It really could. And so you might wonder why this is illegal, especially considering how California is a little bit more liberal with their voting laws. Ballot harvesting works basically by you, the voter, giving a third party permission to transport your vote to the polling place. So it all, really hinges on whether or not you give the particular group, organization, or person permission to handle your ballot. If there's a box that purports to be an official, ballot box, drop-off site, and it's not, then you don't know who you're giving permission to. And that is against the law. You have to give that person or group permission. Sometimes some states have it in writing. California actually removed that requirement. And so now there's also official designees of who can pick up these ballots and transport them to the polling places. For example, the post office, they're official. You also have the state official ballot boxes operated by the registrar. And so you can also sign the envelope explicitly saying, I give the Republican Party of California, even though you don't have to have that requirement in California. You can still basically say, I give this, the Republican Party of California permission. But really, to avoid all these messy entanglements, wouldn't it just make sense to ask the registrar, hey, can you put a drop-off here, or basically allow those places, those churches, gun shops or whatever, to say, here's our official drop-off place, or just get someone from those organizations to go and turn them in on the voters' behalf. There are ways that they can do this that aren't transparently ridiculous and stupid. I wonder why they're not doing it. I wonder why they're not doing it. And that's my question. Is it because they're trying to test the law or trying to trick people so they can throw away their ballots? I don't know. I mean, Republicans not turning in ballots, well, I mean, they'd never do something like that, would they? If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.